as practitioners, we must be very careful in order to see the hidden things in our mind. We must be very careful, very calm to be able to see them. Indeed, one must be very strict with oneself, not so easygoing. For example, right now we are sipping tea. We can sense the flavor very clearly, recognizing every flavor and how fragrant and sweet it is. We can see and sense how everything appears as it is. But when it is gone, that is it. However, when we drink a cup of good tea, we end up paying attention to what kind of tea it is, so that tomorrow we can buy the same tea to drink. If that is the case, then that is a different story. Of course we can drink tea. When there are enough conditions, we will drink that tea. Or if someone gives it to us, we will drink it. We know when a drink is delicious. However, when we develop a wanting mind, wanting to collect or to store it, then that is a mind of contamination. And if we are contaminated with this tea today, we will be contaminated with another tea tomorrow. Dear ladies and gentlemen, do you understand? And when one thing can infect us, then we will continue to be infected by something else. It was simply a small mistake in the beginning, yet we cannot overcome or control it, and thus it will give birth to a second small mistake. That's how many drops of water will become a lake. And so when this lake is filled with our own pollution, we are finished. It's not a big deal, and we can see that we like something so much and we pay attention to it, but we usually don't see that this is a fault. We see something we like, we pay attention to it, but we don't see that this is a fault. What harm does our liking do to anyone? That's it. We can reason like that. That is, our habitual attachment can reason like that. There's no harm in liking something, or there's no harm in disliking something. It is just like that. And then tomorrow we will like or dislike something else. And the day after tomorrow we will like or dislike another. And in our mind there's only like and dislike. Liking is greed. Disliking is anger, annoyance, right? So all day long, greed, anger, falling up in our mind. And then our whole being becomes filled with greed and anger. And we can't resolve it. So even if there's a small thought of liking something, we have to discover it. And when we discover it, we have to dissolve it. We cannot simply discover it, yet not knowing whether it continues to remain or not. Having seen it but not knowing whether it is still there or not afterward means we are stuck. The same is true when we dislike something. Accepting is greed, but not accepting is anger, annoyance. In the subtle, it is simply like that. So all day long, we either accept or do not accept. We either reject or we accept. Rejecting is anger, but accepting is greed. We must see clearly that this can be our practice. We practice with like and dislike. So we should reduce greed and anger in order to be able to attain the fruit of Sattvagamin, one's returner. The second fruit of sainthood. Indeed, when all the likes and dislikes settle down and disappear in our mind, we can attain the second fruit of sainthood. When we attain Sotapanna, stream enterer, or Sattvagamin, one's returner, greed and anger almost disappear. So this practice is quite different. The practice of ordinary people is different. The practice of saintly noble beings is different. Now, do we want to be ordinary people or saints? We just need to practice and cut off the likes and dislikes. And there's no need to do anything too terrible, right? If we like something, we don't continue with it. If we don't like something, we don't continue with it either. If we accept, we don't continue. If we reject, we don't continue. Just don't accept, don't reject. We don't need to accept anything, and we don't need to give anything away. We don't need to like anything, and we don't need to dislike or feed up with anything. We have to see clearly, liking is greed, and being fed up is anger. So simple. Not liking is not greed, and not being fed up is not anger. Now not being angry is not being fed up. Not being greedy is not liking. Let's recite that mantra. Reciting this mantra seems very powerful. This mantra is more powerful than other mantras. Now, liking is greed. Being fed up is anger. Not liking is not greed. Not being fed up is not anger. Not being angry is not being fed up. Not being greedy is not liking. We can recite that mantra. Reciting such a mantra seems very powerful. This mantra is more powerful than other mantras. Liking is greed, disliking is anger. Anger is disliking, greed is liking. No more liking, no more greed. No more being fed up, no more anger. Just recite it like that. Recite it up to 100,000 times, and all afflictions will disappear. It's very effective. This mantra is very effective.